Well, hello everyone. This is Chrystal Lynn, Astrology, coming to you from Southern California. And we are going to look at what is going on up in the sky. And really, it allows us to just time ourselves and maybe not, where we want to rush, maybe understanding that waiting's a little better. Um, where our visions are big, but the timing is just a little longer. And so when we understand the astrology and how the big grandfather up in the sky is working, it's just an intricate tick tock, and we fit in. And so as everything is turning and happening differently, so many parts of our life that are being lit up right now. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Now, I have a funny little story to tell you. I have already started this video, and I was like 10 minutes into it, okay? And the funny thing is, I was talking about Mars in Pisces, okay? We're at the tail end of Mars in Pisces. This is one of my favorite cycles when Mars is in Pisces because of my moon and ascendant there. But it also really affects me in ways that are difficult, such as memory loss. Like all of a sudden I'm talking and I have complete memory loss. This isn't something that I always have, although because I do have a lot of Neptune, it tends to be. But as we move into Mars, it's just stronger. So if I just like all of a sudden forget what I'm saying, bear with me today. And I'll try to come back with my thoughts. But, it's very Neptunian. Things don't go the way you want them to go. And so as I was talking about Mars and Pisces in the last video, telling everyone about my memory loss and how things have a weird way of happening, the phone rings. And so I looked down. I didn't answer it, but I looked down, and it's my girlfriend, my Pisces girlfriend. Okay, so talking about Mars and Pisces, the phone rings, and I'm talking about how, you just can't predict what's going to happen. Boom, I accidentally shut the video off. And it was like, so I sat here and I just thought, that is so funny, because that's what I was trying to explain and actually just played out in front of me. So that was just a real strong Neptunian moment. So if you feel a little out there right now, or your memory loss, or you just feel dingy, you feel kind of foggy, you want to sleep a lot, a lot of people have had, been sick through the holidays. Remember that Mars in Pisces rules the feet, the lymph nodes, pneumonia, any type of toxic viruses. And so with Neptune and Mars and Chiron all in Pisces this last 6 weeks, okay, we've had a rough, winter season, rough December. And a lot of people have had the flu. That's Pisces, that's Neptunian. So when you start understanding that, the planets also affect our physical bodies. So also, with Jupiter moving into Sagittarius, is everybody's hips hurting? I mean, my hips are hurting so bad. Like, I need to go to the doctor. Like, I'm just having really bad hip and nerve pain. And this has really taken off as Jupiter went into Sagittarius. So, the Capricorn energy, Saturn and Cap, it's a lot about dentistry, taking care of your teeth. A lot of dentists will be rich during this time. Just all of these things that it just feels like we're trying to juggle. And then we're just these like little human beings down here, like, I'm trying, I'm swimming. So it is difficult. It is a difficult time. But there are some solid things that we can put our foot on that are happening as well. So talking about Neptune, and we've had, Venus has been in Scorpio. We have the North Node in Cancer. It's very watery, emotional time. And this will really continue on the next 18 months as the North Node stays in Cancer. So right now, a lot of the patterns and emotional issues that are coming up are mother related, taking care of mother, or daughter taking care of you, thinking about your grandmother, thinking about all the wisdom, that you wish she was here. Because the North Node is in Cancer, it's ruled by the moon. And the moon is very feminine. And the moon, it controls the tides. Okay, so if you are experiencing this and allowing this strong Cancerian drive begin to happen, okay, then you're going to really move into this mother energy, which is nurturing, which is wanting to stay home, wanting to cook again, wanting to create a vibe in your home, maybe paint, putting candles. It's like, I just want to stay home. I just want to go home. And you build a sanctuary there during this time. With Neptune and Pisces, it's the 12th house, but also rules like, old castles and old, church buildings. A lot of the big paintings in Italy was all during a Neptune and Pisces time. So it's like we want to look back at these things. And so we can want to build that safety sanctuary. And with the North Node in Cancer, then it's about bringing warmth and, bringing life to these places that we feel safe in. Now is a time, a lot of us, especially those of us who, are going through spiritual journeys, and most of you are watching this are going to understand what I mean. This is a time that we really have to be okay with being alone. I hear so many people right now saying, I just don't have any friends. All my friends are on the internet, and I really don't have any friends. And I thought, a lot of times, my friends I'm on the phone with, I don't get to see all the time. I have my few faithfuls, my mother I talk to every day, my security people, but I don't always get to see them every day. So there's a different type of communication that's happening. And with the North Node in Cancer, it's about creating the vibration in your home, and feeling others through touch and feel, and not necessarily physical. It's like a spiritual touch. It's a spiritual feeling. You're able to read things about people and about our world, without having to actually physically touch them. So our time alone won't necessarily feel like time alone when you're energetically connecting to these things. Now, again, with Uranus moving back into Taurus in March, okay, we've got Pluto, Saturn, right now the Sun in Capricorn, all right, and, we're heading towards Virgo season, won't be long. There's a strong earth energy that's putting us back on the ground. The last 7 years, we all were kind of like, woo, out there. Things were out there. I look back on some of the things I wrote, and I'm like, I don't even remember writing that. On my blog, on my website, cowgirlastrologer.com, I have all of these blogs I wrote, and they're really deep if you guys want to go check them out. But really, they've just stayed in the background. I went to read some of them, and I can't believe I actually wrote it. So I don't know. It's like memories are coming back to me now, but more importantly, it's building this foundation. And so get your home right. Get that sanctuary it's like your little castle, okay? Your little castle on a hill. With the castle, there's a wall around it. They don't just let anybody in. There's guards at the door. And right now, we all need to have guards at the door, because there is a lot of negative energy out there being played out. We just, many of you, I don't know if you've been obsessed with the Chris Watts story with Shanann and the death of their 2 children, and he killed his wife. And everybody's saying, how could he have done that? How? What's in your mind? What's going on? And we're obsessed with this case because we really want to know, like, how can somebody go so far off the deep end? But it happens every single day in our worlds, every single day. And so we have to stay anchored, okay? Neptune and Pisces, we've got to get anchored to our belief systems, to our foundation, and to listening to our intuition. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. if you don't want to go, don't go. You don't have to be rude. You could say maybe next time. You could just be honest. You know, I just need to stay home right now. It's about all of us being able to say what we need without feeling the old traditional ways of, you've got to sacrifice for everybody, and that's being a good person. You don't really want to do it, but you really should do it for everybody else. You'll make someone happy if you go. And that's not to say we still don't do that. There's not even a place for that. But it's something that we're learning, that we can really begin to create these worlds within us. And yet, intertwine our worlds together, but there's more of a boundary between all of us. And that's a healthy boundary. And so, I don't know. I don't know if that all makes sense to you guys. It's just kind of really, I feel like this message is coming through. I didn't really plan on talking about this, so I just know that's when things come through. Because anything that happens to me right now that is against what I'm doing or different than what I'm doing is because of Pisces. It's like, woo, you don't know where you're going to go with this. You just got to be an open vessel. Okay, now, next week, we're going to move into Mars and Aries. We're at the tail end of Mars and Pisces. So if you are here and this last month you've had dreams, you've had visions, you've had ideas, you need to write those down right now. You need to write them down, because with Mars and Pisces, it can really be manifested during this time. But get ready, Mars is going to move into Aries, and it's going to shake us like an earthquake right out of our comfort zones. It's going to be like, go. Who's going first? There's going to be a lot of fire energy. It's going to conjunct with Jupiter in Sagittarius, okay? So now the universe is waking us up, and I feel more awake. I feel more excited. I'm looking forward to this new year. We're going to move into Aries, and it's going to give us like a jump start. You know what I mean? Sometimes your car, the battery's kind of dead. It goes, nee, 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 right? And you go over and you give it a jump start, and it's like, boom, right? That's what's happening right now, okay? So, we got to get our knees into a big boom and out the door. So, there you go with that one. So, anyway, today I was just kind of, manifesting and thinking about how I want my year to look. And one thing I'd really put aside the last couple of years is my writing. I am a writer. But because I went through this strong kind of Neptunian time where I was, I was so sensitive, it was like I couldn't even write the words down. I know that sounds weird, but they were so powerful to me. And so I almost had to take a break because it was just overwhelming to me as I was going through a lot of feelings. Sometimes you can write about them after you've gone through the healing of them, or talk about your experience once you can't, once you don't cry about it anymore. So a lot of times when I have these little writing hiatuses, and I've had them off and on, it's just like I have to heal. I have to live it for a while. And so today I decided that my goal for 2019 is to write every day. I took the step today, and it's really funny because this was kind of strange, but my writing was just like all over the place, it kind of was just scribbly, and I had to rewrite words, and I haven't used my hand. I haven't used my signature. There's power in the word, when it's written down. Okay, there's power in the word. So I am making some goals for myself about writing something every day. What I'll be writing this year will be for a project for 2020. I just want to give you guys some excitement. I'm going to be putting together a one-year journal, also taking you through the journey of the stars throughout the years, letting you know in this journal where the planets are, where they're going, so you can see them on paper, and a little place to write your thoughts and keep in tune with it. So I'm super excited about this. I've been wanting to do this for several years, and it's just like today's the day. It's like, you know what? Saturn, Pluto, the sun's all in Capricorn. It's like, let's do it. Narrow it down and do it. I have a lot of other things I want to do, but narrow one thing down. And that's what I'm doing. So I thought, I just wrote kind of a little poem or how I'm feeling right now. I just let the words flow. for January 1st, okay, 2019, and where I'm at. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. So if you don't mind, because I think it would be encouraging for you to also connect yourself with something like this, however you express it. But journaling this year, I think, is going to be really important to write down what's really happening. So here we go. The winds are, I hear a distant voice in the past. It's okay, let go. Now more than ever is the time. Think out of the box, knock all the walls down, the walls that keep us in line. They are safe, but is safe the answer anymore? Time to swim in the ocean. Put your toes in the sand, remembering how big and vast our earth is. How she wakes up every morning alive and new. We can count on her every day, every minute. The moon controls the tide. The sun reveals our mission. Lean into life, not as we have known it, but as it should be. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm just so happy I got from here to here. So I don't mean to get emotional, but I thought I was going to be able to write again when I was going through some things. And to make this step today is really a breakthrough. So I'm going to stop that. Let's get Mars out of Pisces so we're not so emotional. Get ready to rock and roll in January, okay? And if you want to book a reading with me, I'm going to do a special. My 1-hour readings are normally $195, taking $50 off. So you can get a 1-hour 2019. We'll look at the transits coming up or whatever you want. I customize my readings individually for each person, what their questions are, what they want to learn. So go to my website if you want to book a reading and get in on that New Year's sale. And cowgirlastrology.com. I'll put the link below to my email as well. And I hope to hear from you guys, or even if you just want to let me know what's going on. That really helps in my learning and research of astrology. So, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So, okay, I'll quit rambling. Have a great day and Happy New Year.